Good morning, students. Today we are going to do letter writing. As you know, the letters are divided into two parts. One is formal, the other one is informal letters. So what will come under formal letter? Official letters, letters to principal, some business letters, complaint letters, placing order, etc. So the letters which are written for official purpose are called official letters or formal letters. And what do you mean by informal letter? Informal letters are the letters which are written to the family and friends. To family, friends or relatives. So, the tone of these two letters will be different. The formal letter will have a formal tone. It should be formal and dignified. The language will be formal and dignified. Whereas, the language of the informal letter will be conversational. Okay, so today let's do letter to auditor. So one of the formal letters which generally comes in the exam, and it is applicable for standard 6, 7, 8, 10, 11 and 12. So let's come to the formal letter. So before writing the letter, we will know what should be the format. As you know, the writing skill is used for communication and it should follow some qualities. It must be accurate, appropriate, able to hold the attention of the reader. It should be free from ambiguity and should also be brief and to the point. It must be written in a proper format within the prescribed word limits. So while attempting any of the writing skills, you have to keep these things in mind. So let's write down the format of the letter to editor. So this is the format. Let's write down. So what you have to write down first? Sender's address. The first point in the letter to editor is the sender's address. And where we have written here? So it is written at the top on the left hand corner. Okay. So it is written at the top side of the corner of the page. And what it includes? It includes the writer's address. Generally, this is given in the exam question paper. And you have to find out the address and write down here. And if the address consists of several parts, each part is given a separate line. So we will do that in this page. So let's come to the second point. So I have left one line. So you also have to leave one line before each point. And then the second part is the date. So we will write down the date there. And then third one is the address of the receiver. So here we will write down the receiver's address. So who is the receiver here? Editor. You're writing this letter to the editor. So here the editor's name of the paper, newspaper and address will be written here. And then leave one line and after that subject. Subject is a must in this official letter. And it must be as brief as possible. Maximum 3 to 4 words, or it should be written within a single line. And then salutation. Salutation means that you have to write down. It is a complimentary little greetings to the person to whom the letter is addressed. It is a formal way of beginning a letter. The form of the greeting or salutation depends on the relation and degree of intimacy between the writer and the addressee. In a personal letter, it will be different. We can write down dear, but it is official, so sir or madam will be sufficient. So next is your content. Content means it is the body of the letter. And generally it is divided into 3 different paragraphs. First paragraph will deal with the problem. So the reason, it will tell you the reason. So first paragraph of this body of letter, that the main content, it consists of the main thing, why you are writing the letter. It means the introduction, why you are writing the letter. It gives the reason for the letter. So what we can write down here? So first thing is the introduction. Or you just mention the problem, why you are writing the letter. You just mention it. Second is your description part. You will describe the thing. Why are you writing this? You will give a full description. So maximum 3 to 5 lines will be sufficient. And then third paragraph will consist of the conclusion. Conclusion or suggestion. You can end the letter to editor by concluding giving some suggestion or requesting them to solve your problem. Then subscription. Subscription, what you will write in it is official letter, so the subscription will be yours truly or sincerely. So here it is subscription and then the name of that person who has written this letter. So this is your format. So let's write down the answer here. For example, the question is, you are Akash or Akshita, a resident of Sector 4, Bokaro. Write a letter to the editor of a local daily expressing your concern over frequent car failure in your locality. Okay, so this is the question for you. So according to the format, we will write down the letter. So first what we have to do? We have to write down the sender's address. So who is the sender here? Akash or Akshita. So what we will write down? As I have told you that the sender's address refers to the writer's address, and each part should be given a space or should be written in a separate line. For example, first we'll write down Sector 4 and then we will write down Bokaro in the next line. Not like this. Sector 4, Bokaro. This is wrong. then leave another line, then date. So how the date will be written? You will write on the date of that day when you are writing this letter. So before that, let me tell you, if any question doesn't have this kind of address is not given there. So what he will do? Don't write your own address. So what should be written? In place of that, he can write down examination hall. In place of the address, if it is not given in the question paper, mark my words, if it is not given in the question paper, you have to write down examination hall. Don't write your own address. So if examination, if in the exam paper your address is given, that the address is given in the question, so it is well and good, you will write down that. So next is your date. So don't write down DATE and then after that. So how to write down the date? While writing the date, you should note that the day is written in figures, month is written in words, and year in figures. Like, so today is 8 April 2020. Don't write down this is wrong. In place of that, what you can also write down? You can write down April 4/8 2020. This could also be written. Or 8th April can also be written. So next is your receiver's address. So who is the receiver here? I have already told you we are writing this to editor. So first we'll write on the editor. Let me write down what will include in this receiver's address. The editor, then name of the newspaper, and then the address. So what is written here? Local daily. Sometimes we have seen the children, they write down local daily. Local daily is not the name of the newspaper. So you have to write down some newspaper's name which is locally distributed. Okay. Or if in the question national daily is given, so don't write down the national daily. Instead of, you can write down the Times of India, Hindustan Times, Dainik Jagran, Dainik Bhaskar, anything. So here we can write down any of the name of the newspaper. The Prabhat Khabar, let's write down. You can also write down the Hindustan Times if it is a national daily given in the question paper. Then address. So what is the address written here? Bokaro. So we should write down Bokaro, because if you are expressing your problem in your locality, if you will give it to some other place, Delhi, so it will be irrelevant. So whatever address is given, accordingly you have to give the address of the editor. Then subject. I have told you the subject should be a very short and precise one. So write down concern over whatever is given here. Frequent power failure in our locality. This is the subject. Frequent power failure in our locality. Next is a salutation. Leave one line and write down sir. So how you will begin? First one is introduction. So you can write down. Is it visible? Yes. Through the columns of your esteemed newspaper, I would like to draw your attention towards the frequent power failure in our locality. So what we have done here, we have written what is the problem here. Just write the problem. So in the next paragraph, we'll explain it. So this is the format in which you can begin, or these are the lines through which you can begin. So what you have to change your attention towards, after that you can change the other questions. Okay, if it is about stray dogs or unhygienic condition in your city, traffic jam, all other questions are given, so you can just replace this line and write on your own the frequent power failure in your locality. So you can replace it with the other problem, and the first part could be written like that. Or you can write down, I would like to express my views. Okay, in place of draw your attention, you can also write down, I would like to express my concern. Okay, so I'm underlining this one. I would like to express my concern over this. Okay, so this is the first paragraph. Next is your description, second paragraph. You leave that paragraph there and begin the next one, description. In the description, what will be written? You will describe the problem. We are facing a lot of problem due to frequent power failure. The household course means works, can't be performed. The students suffer a lot due to this, as they are not able to prepare for their exams. Taking the advantage of darkness, some antisocial walks have increased. Workers have increased their activities. So you can write down some more points, that depends on you. So next is your conclusion. The authorities are requested to pay attention and improve the condition. We request you to kindly publish this in your newspaper and help us. The concluding lines could be different. You can also write and give some suggestions there. You can request, okay, just like we have written here. Okay, so the last one. So next is your subscription. You can see here. Subscription is truly or sincerely. Because it is formal letter, so what we will do? We will write on yours. Sincerely. If it is informal, so in place of sincerely, truly, faithfully, what we will write on? Affectionately. So because it is informal, so the subscription will can be also informal. So yours sincerely, and you mark, I haven't put any apostrophe here. Sometimes the children put it. So don't put any apostrophe here in yours. So this is the thing, and now we will write down the name of the sender. Here it is Akash or Akshita. So you can write down here Akash. If you're a boy, if you're a girl, you will write down Akshita. So this is the letter to editor. So I hope you have understood the format.